Well, yeah, because the whole solar thing ends December 31st. So I was like,
the
ITC. So it's like there's no reason not to work all the way to the buzzer for this.
It's a big 2 months before everything changes.
Exactly.
Wow.
Technically, they have to be PTO before December 31st, but it could still work in your pitch that way.
Oh, for the tax credit?
The ITC, that's what it is. Yeah.
So that's the is it a bill or is it a statement? What exactly is it?
It's a bill.
It's a bill? Yeah.
What do you mean is it a bill?
Cuz man, I did my research like months ago on what the tax credit is, but obviously it's like an agreement with the company from the government to obviously lend the tax credits to them. But what is stepping in between that to remove it? Is it a bill? Is it an ITC? I don't understand what that is.
I'm pretty sure it stands for income tax credit.
Oh, okay.
No, the tax credit itself is it's what makes solar cheap. Like if a solar system we're selling is worth 70 grand, then the homeowner, and whether they loan it, PPA, doesn't matter. The homeowner is only going to pay 49 grand worth on the system. Does that make sense?
30% is taken off.
Correct.
Yeah, 30% is a big chunk of change.
30, yeah, is a big chunk.
A lot of urgency,
that's a third.
too.
That's practically a third of it. Same thing with a loan. If people are like, oh, I want the tax credit. What happens is when you pitch a loan proposal, the proposal is going to have so say the total is 100K, the proposal is going to show you a monthly on 70K. And then it's going to say without incentives, with a little asterisk, without incentives, and then you can see the monthly and total go up 30%. So for 70K, right? That would be a monthly, just multiply that, or 70,000, divide by 25, divide by 12. So that's a $233 a month bill, right? Well, if you don't do the tax credit, then the $233 bill turns into a $333 bill. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So why would you do that? Right? Because it's if you're loaning, I want a tax credit. Well, great. Your solar savings you were going to see. Now the month is going to go up $100 a month. And now you're not really saving
that's only
money.
For the first year.
That's the whole thing, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The whole thing. It's going from 100K. It's going from 70K to 100K. So when people do loans, they always think tax credit. But I'm telling you, every time what they end up doing is doing the buy down. That's how my managers termed it. The buy down, which is just take the tax credit, put it back in the system, make the system cheaper, make the monthly $100 less than it would have been.
Plain but solar companies have lied in the past to where, you get the tax credit in your pocket.
100%. Yeah, and they don't get it.
Yeah, they never get it, and they're mad.
That's why I have to, especially when homeowners have this, they will not give it up. You know what's funny? Is I was just talking to so in our church, you guys should meet him. His name's Zachary Stoner. He is you okay?
Yeah, I hit this part. So
I can hear you breathing heavy.
Bank.
What mic are you on, Damien?
My bad. I had a question though. I know it's totally off topic. I didn't even think about this, guys.
Go ahead.
But Jaden and
they need a ride?
Yeah, I just want to make sure they get here in time and all that.
It's 10 o'clock. Let's see.
Jaden and Zay?
Zay usually carpools and me pulls up to the house and we drive together, but
have Zay pick him up, drive here.
See if Zay drives here, yeah.
Okay, so Zachary Stoner is he just got promoted to the lead for national Sunrun. He's a Sunrun tech lead. I don't know what his official title is, but he knows every Sunrun technician, service guy, everything. He's not a salesman. He's the guys who install it. So he's the lead over nationwide. He said they just laid off 20 people in his department because of this ITC. Because they're estimating how much money revenue they're going to lose this year because of it. So their Sunrun is laying off a ton of people. And that's kind of the worry about all these other solar companies is when the sales get thinner, the only way that companies make money is they got to downsize who they pay out. But that's not something we worry about as salesmen. You know what I'm saying? That's something techs worry about. But then if a tech goes under,
the whole company goes through.
Now you don't have anybody install your panels. Yeah.
And then another company comes up, buys their contract.
I think it's gonna be Sunrun that sticks around. Hopefully Sunrun holds. Hopefully Good Leap. I really like Enfin. I like whatever company doesn't give me restrictions on a care bill. Sunrun gives me restrictions on care bills. Like the one I sold yesterday. They were on care but getting kicked off. She did her usages herself. She had one paper for care, one paper for domestic. So we had to do 25 cents. So, it's long-term savings that they got to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the care bill is only about a year back of savings. So if you're thinking 20, 25, what's 1 year?
That's right. Exactly right. You got it.
And that's the big picture about solar is that it's just such a huge inflation protector. Like how we see all the time, just with our utility company, 23% in 1 year. They can get away with that all day. There's no other competition.
Right.
Having solar is just pure service based on all the facts.
And the reason I brought him up, that guy Zach Stoner, is he was telling me about all these Enphase inverters that were going out. And all these Enphase inverters that they have to replace. Everything's Solar Edge now. Everything is Solar Edge inverter. So
A little backstory. Trying to hook up my dad with his solar field. He has a 2-acre property. Previous system was dead. Company never checked on him. Didn't have the box that you can check on everything, see how the power's doing. But since Enphase is still around, even though they're dying off, it's putting that bad taste in his mouth. And he doesn't want to go with other companies per se, even those are the ones that are taking off, the ones that are leading the solar projects.
is his other system's an Enphase inverter?
It's an Enphase.
Why is he married to it if that system's not working? I don't get it.
Because that's what he owns, and
You got to pressure him somehow. And I will sick Zach Stoner on him and try to show him look, bro, this is a lead technician in Sunrun, and I'm showing you they're already having issues with these Enphase, they're going out, so they have a lot of things they got to fix with them. So all my financiers don't even offer the Enphase inverters, so it's I think it's because they're micro inverters is what he wants, but no, it just depends, bro.
it's the older generations of systems. I think that system's 10 years old. Old panels, just not producing nothing. No one comes out, cleans it.
Yeah, well, Solar Edge is the way to go for sure. So, in terms of cost, is it all similar?
It's funny. He's one of those. Oh, I gotta look at everything, not set to a certain emotion. Even though I'm his son, always taking care of him, and he can't get anything that he thinks in his head. So it's not having the wisdom and someone to guide you like what we do. We guide people, show them how it is, the facts on everything.
Yeah.
It's just the blind leading the blind, and he's stuck with Edison. I think it's estimated that 23% is going to turn that 7K to 8,400 this year. The year after that, especially with this credits ending in this year.
And we're at 23. He's at 23,000 kilowatts. But because he's set on buying it in cash, he can't afford a system to get him 120 or 100 or even 100% offset because it's going to be 60 to 70 grand. And so he's I can't afford that. Let's go less. And I'm wait a second. I thought you don't like your Edison bill. You want to take care of it. It's yeah, but I can't afford it. It's okay, then let's just do a PPA where it's literally less than what you pay monthly and you are getting rid of your Edison bill. It's no, I want to buy it cash and just make a dent in it. So you're going to throw, I don't know what his budget is. Is it 50, 40?
I think it's around 40, 30-ish.
But why throw that much money knowing that you're still going to pay Edison thousands and thousands of dollars? I don't know why you would do that.
And the reason the PPA is so perfect for this scenario is instead of buying the system outright, you can invest that extra money that's not coming out of your bank account into other things that could give you more profit.
Dude, he could even loan it, Dan. He could even loan it, and it would make sense. The reason I do PPA is so that there's no lien on the house. That's the only reason. There's no lien. I'm looking for houses, and a house will say, oh, $80,000, whatever. And okay, this is a second mortgage, and then there's a lien for $180,000 on it. So liens are okay, this is crazy. Diane just came up again. So my father-in-law, our grandfather-in-law rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of ours.
Yeah. My father-in-law, he had a house in Llano, but my grandfather gave him as a gift. He was putting money aside for his kids, right? And so his daughter is my wife's mother. So he gave them I think it was somewhere around 100K. and they went and bought a house cash in Yano at the time. They bought it in cash, right? So then when they divorce, years later, the wife's accusing, her ex-husband of using money that was rightfully hers to give away to buy a house. So then she puts a lien on their property.
Have
You know
to
what I'm
sell
saying?
it.
Yeah. So when they sell it, she's getting her money back through the lien. It's like you gotta like, it's essentially debt. She got that through a court, but then Lowell was like, I'm kicking myself because when the grandfather, he lost his own house to pay out this lady in court. But my father-in-law was like, I'd done so much work on that house, like fixing stuff, the yard and stuff. That's what a lien is. So it's like if for example, you own a house, Damien, and I, put panels on it, right? Or I give you a pool, or I do a deck, right? And you owe me 30 grand. Well, let's say you're like, I'm not going to pay it. Then I go to court and I say, I did this job on this house. Here's the proof of my work. This guy owes me 30 grand. So they attach a lien for 30 grand to your house. So that if you sell your house or whatever, like it's on the property now. So it's like the property value that was like 100, whatever it was.
70.
There's now like $30,000 worth of work. It's called a mechanics lien. There's $30,000 of what this guy did of work attached to this title now that has to be forgiven. And that's how I would get my money back for putting a pool in for you. So what my father-in-law wanted to do was go to the court, put a lien on the house that she was taking over, so that when she sold it, she would have to pay out him money for all the work he did at the house, which he had done for free, but since she's screwing over, her ex-husband, he just didn't get it done in time. And what's crazy is I remember when I first got here in Palmdale, Lancaster in 2019, I remember visiting his house. Well, it was like maybe like 2 years ago when this was going down. I went over like right after she got the house and stuff. It already had solar, and I was like, dang it. I was like, I wanted to go rip that house with solar. New owners already got solar over there. So I don't know. I was just thinking about that stuff, but yeah, that's a lien. So, okay. So back to your dad. So the only reason I wouldn't recommend a loan is because, right, if you loan panels and you don't live there, when you sell the house, you're going to have a lien.
The value's taken out.
To pay, just to pay off of the panels that are there. Yeah. But if you do a PPA and you sell the house, there's no lien on the house because it's not part of the property. It's an independent solar contract. So then you selling the house wouldn't, you just don't have this lien attached. But liens don't matter if you're going to keep the house, right? You're going to just pay off your loan debt, just like you would have paid off PPA. So it's like, he keeps telling me, oh, I want to stay here. He might as well just loan it, Like, why not just loan it? Just do it then. Like, if you want a system that's worth 70 grand, okay, don't pay cash. Just, I don't know, throw $30,000 down and loan 40 grand. Like, do something like that. I don't know.
A lot smarter than getting stuck with a utility company that's straight profit. We did work in the solar fields for Edison.
Oh my gosh.
Mistakes, a bunch of peon workers, just guys stuck in, tenured in, and subbing out other countries, getting ripped up contracts. Like, nothing professional about it. Just simple stuff. And just, well, let me charge my customers more.
You're talking about Edison, yeah?
Edison, yeah.
That's like those solar farms. That's what's on the utility bill. Dude, I'm telling you, in these closes, that has been ripping. When I'm showing them, because I'm like, here's the SB100. You have to go solar by 2045. Oh, that's never going to happen. Well, guess what? You see this part of your Edison bill? Guess what that is? That's a solar farm. So you actually are paying for solar. You're just not paying for solar on your house. You're paying for privatized government solar.
And check this out. They're so unprofessional. They ripped out like 5-10 Joshua trees on accident. It's $30K a tree. It's like 300,000 they lost in just their profits. End up charging more for us. They have giant inverters for their solar fields. It's in a main area. How they installed them was with a forklift. They had over 15 to 20 of those inverters completely damaged because they couldn't install it right. They're just forcing stuff in, doing it as fast as they can. Just not smooth. It's not a true service. They're just doing everything quick. Let's get this contract sealed. Quick. Just really unprofessional. And for me as like a contractor, working with integrity, making sure things get done on time, transitioning over to the PPA service was literally just everything in one basket, everything you could want. Professionalism, the right service, everything gets done on time. And for us, the hardest part of our job isn't what we're doing. It's the other people who are doing similar things who kind of just fumble that. They're not sticking with what it takes to get things done properly, in order. And that's a people thing in all businesses. And especially with a giant utility company that has no competitors, just boom, slap it up.
Yeah, monopolized.
It's monopolized.
That's wild. That's wild. It is.
Your wife, Tom, was telling me the workers that install solar for us, the guys in Riverside are better than the guys in like I think it was Ontario.
Other way around. The Bakersfield guys are better than the Ontario guys.
Yeah, the Bakersfield. That's what I meant. I said Riverside.
It's all right.
Yeah, she like requests this Bakerside because they get it done.
Bakersfield.
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 She requests Bakersfield because the guys
Yeah,
in Ontario are
different-
just like they come up, they look for every excuse not to work. So
Oh, I'll tell you why. Okay, every excuse not to work. Exactly. They'll go up, and they'll refute what I've sold the homeowner on. I've had 2 jobs get lost at install because of what the installers are saying. One time, me and Gideon sold an amazing system, an 8 kilowatt system, and the guy's like, "I want to make sure these are like one type of panel." I'm like, "Yes, this is it. This panel." I just try to explain to him, "Look, you're not paying for the equipment, so it really doesn't matter the equipment. If I get you this amount of kilowatts at a low rate, this is what you're ultimately paying for." But some people just want it to be a certain type of equipment. Well, I think while we were pulling permits, like you got to understand, like they're pulling this stuff out of warehouses. So if a certain panel type runs out, they're going to like use whatever they have left or like a different type. But when they showed up to install, instead of it being a like 405 watt panel, it was a 395 watt panel. I don't know why the installers would show him, but when they showed him it was a different type of panel, he canceled the whole thing. And I was really upset. And then I had a homeowner where I got her a battery, and it was like 8,000 kilowatt system. 1 battery is plenty. Once you go over 12,000, you should get 2, but 8,000 kilowatt hours. Get the battery. The homeowner's like, yeah, so this battery, it's going to help me, get through the night in a blackout, get my home electricity in a blackout. Oh yeah, no, this wouldn't get your home power in a blackout. That's what he tells her. And she's like, what? Thomas told me it would. And he's like, no, this wouldn't power your home in a blackout. And I was just like, bro, what? What are you saying, bro? Like, what? I was so mad. And then she called me question. I'm like, that dude does not know what he's talking about. Like, we had this proposal. It shows how much. It shows light fixtures for this much, small appliances this much, the whole home. And it's usually like 20 or 30% worth of a day. It can do your whole home. It's not the whole day, but it's like it will power your whole home if you absolutely need it to. So it's like it will, you know what I'm saying? Especially for the length of a blackout, which is like 1 to 2 hours maybe. So then an installer telling the homeowner that, they get cold feet, Then I had another installer. This was for, remember Daniel Solorio, of course. They show up and they go, yeah, we normally don't really like doing roofs like this. It was Spanish tile. She was like, what? He's like, yeah, because, we'll install it, but it might cause leaks, And there's a roof penetration warranty on it. So then she goes, oh, whoa. And she got scared about it. And then she canceled the install. Then I had to go back and resell them and like show them the warranties and all that. So, and that was all the Ontario techs where they'll show up and they'll tell homeowners like they don't really believe in what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what you're saying. Like they might have been on other solar jobs. So when they don't believe in what they're doing, they have no problem. If they can convince the homeowner that this isn't worth it for them, they don't have to do an install job in the heat that day.
yeah, but they don't get paid.
I don't know
Why
if
don't
they get
they?
piecework or not. I can't tell. Is it piecework? Doesn't that mean like you get paid by the job, or is it hourly?
They probably get paid hourly. Honestly, that's how like
That's
most
what I think. It's
contractors
hourly
are
as
set
well.
up. Yeah.
I was just talking to Zach Stoner, and I was like, "Is there like a rivalry with how techs view the salesman?" They're like, "Yeah, they just know you make a butt ton more money than them, and they always complain." And then Zach says, "He's like, but I tell them the same thing every time. You want to go do what they do?" And they go, "All right, enough said." And it's like, yeah, we get paid a lot because, bro, we're literally knocking doors, dealing with people's personal lives to get your, like, that's what the techs don't do. They don't have to step in people's personal lives to get this job done. We do.
They're the last step.
Exactly. Like, it's like they just need they just need to get the electricity in and make it safe and up to code. They don't need to know whose grandma and auntie's birthdays and like who's coming over on this weekend and what the dad's hobbies is. They don't need to know all that about the homeowner like we do. So it's like, I don't know. It's 2 times to work.
Yeah, we're the ones building the relationship. There's the saying, it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But the way I phrase it, it's who you know and what you can do for them. And so for us being the service connectors, working with the providers and the homeowners, that's where all the value's at. And
Right.
like if those guys were to come out, do our job, they would have a bad attitude, wouldn't think about the value that they're connecting people with. Obviously, we're connecting ourselves with. And that's that peon mindset of, oh, I need a guarantee. I need
Security.
I need
They always say
security.
security.
Oh, yeah.
I need security.
Just no accountability
That's
for
the
like what it takes to make the world go round.
Well, that's risk.
Like,
it takes risk to get a
risk.
bigger reward. And that's what I say. Dude, if there's not a high risk, there's not a high reward.
Facts.
If you're doing something low risk, you're going to get something low pay. Like
Someone put this drink on the map.
I just
Like that's a
screenshotted
service, but most of the people who don't understand the value of like
I just
sales
screenshotted
jobs,
that literally last night.
if you don't,
If you don't take
the
risks, nothing will change.
that's when they change.
That's the realest stuff, bro.
That's what I love about this job. People are like, "Whoa, how much you get?" I actually have a recruit I'm talking to right now. There was this. It was just a joke, and it was just a joke on Instagram. It's like when you make 15K off of a full rip, and it's like Anakin. I want more, but I know I shouldn't. Have you seen that? You guys know that part?
When he's transitioning to the dark.
Yeah, I was like 15K, and I was like, "Those are." I just made a comment. I put those are rookie numbers, and I got a lot of replies to it. And they're like, 50K on a deal, rookie numbers, crying face. I was like, yeah, we just made 45K off one. And then dude immediately hit like, and then dude was like, 45. Like, how do you do that on a? Let me pull it up now. They're like, how do you do that? And I was like, hit my DMs, bro. And he hits my DMs, and now he's in Utah, and I'm about to fly him down here.
Wow.
But that's just the value and like how much more we make, you know.
And any big company in the world has guys like us providing
here it
that
is, here it
service,
is.
connecting everything.
Is it?
I want more.
Not their first grandma, like,
Solar professionals after maxing out their first grandma making 14K on one deal. Low key, that's what we did. But she's very she knows it too.
Yeah, I don't know.
She
Everything's
actually
by the
knows
books,
it.
Everything's legit.
We straight up, yeah, she knows. She knows.
And the funny part
want
is,
And
more.
she literally said, "I'm doing this because I know you have a baby on the way. I know Dan has a baby on the way, and I'm okay with this." Is what she said.
Wow.
oh my
and-
God.
but this is the worst part. Like our competitors, the utility company, they're ripping to the max every year.
Every year.
We're literally saving
There you
them,
go.
which
Yeah.
is the craziest part.
Yeah.
Is we get value and they get ultimate value back in
Yeah.
their lives. So
Right.
it's
So then
It's quantity.
So
and
yeah, here's
quality.
where the debate happened. Someone said 40K on one deal with a cry face. I said just got 45K on the last. So the guy who posted it quoted, "I want more Iron Mill." And then guy said, "Bro, ... What solar company are you in? The most I've ever gotten on one deal is 4,000." I said, "Hit my DMs." And then some dude tried to hit me. He said, "Unless you own the install company and are installing them yourself, no one should be making that much on a deal. Just because you charge 80K on a system doesn't mean it's worth that much. Screwing people over isn't cool." And I replied, this was last night. I said, "Look, bud, if they pay 40 cents and I drop them to 30 cents, that's savings. And if they pay out on an 11 kilowatt system is high, that's just the benefit of the business I'm in. But that doesn't mean they're getting screwed. Edison is high, solar's low. It's that simple."
and who we work for. If we don't connect them with that service,
Yeah.
it goes out of business. If there's no sales / servicemen, another person's gonna do the job, get it done. There's still value
It's
in the
usually
world.
people that are in markets outside of California that literally don't realize Edison is now in like 40 to like the most recent one I sold yesterday. It's 50 cents a kilowatt their last month. 50 cents a kilowatt. And it was like, okay, I could drop you to 30. This is way cheaper than what you're paying right now. But yeah, for me, I make a lot more than if I got you to 20. But the fact that like it's relative, you know, and I tell homeowners when you're on care, I might not be able to do it because the savings aren't big enough. Because then if I have to do an NPU, I won't make money. And they understand that. I was like, this isn't a charity, bro. It's business. Like if I don't make enough money to get your meter done or whatever, I can't do it. So when you're on a high rate with the domestic, then I can move the budget around. And if it makes total sense for me to do like a max rip, which is 30, 34, 35 cents a kilowatt, yes, I'm going to make max amount of money. I just think it's wrong. If you withhold that information from the homeowner, that's what's wrong. Like Tanya, right? She was at 45 cents, dropped her to 31 cents. She's like, just tell me, please, why wouldn't I do this? I was like, it's not about why you wouldn't do it. It's why I wouldn't do this. That's what I told her. I was like, but as of right now, I don't see any red flags. I was like, all we got to do is get your inspection passed. She installed $40K. You know what I'm saying? Huge payout, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, for some homeowners, it makes sense for others, and it won't make sense for some. But all the things that's going to change that is just time. As the economy goes further, people on care are going to pay what domestic was paying last year that made them go solar. You know, it's kind of interesting because I've been in this job 5 years, and technically 4 going on 5, but it's like I remember when it was going up to 20 cents a kilowatt, and that was freaking people out. So we needed to drop them to like 11 to 14 cents. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even touch those numbers anymore.
Well, because you have to get a battery on it.
crazy.
That's what happened when NEM 3 happened.
Well, yeah, it's just
When NEM 3 happened, to get okay, so when NEM 3 happened, solar now isn't going to get all your electricity. So it's like, oh, are we going to give homeowner panels at 14 and they still pay Edison at like 20? It was going up to 25 cents, right? It was going up to 25 cents. But guess what happened? Because to sell a battery, in order for us to pay for the battery and make money, we had to raise the rate to where we're doing it now, 21 to 25 cents, right? Maybe 19 at the time. We were still getting away with it. But it's still like, it went from 11 to 14 up to 20 to 25. Why were people freaking out? Because they weren't convinced homeowners would see savings anymore because their Edison bills weren't at 25 yet. But guess what? By the end of the year, Edison was now starting to hit 30 cents a kilowatt. So now, here we are now, 2 years later from NEM 3, 21 to 25 cents. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I remember when the first market shift happened for solar, when companies started going under, people were thinking it's impossible we're going to be able to sell that rate. It's like, not anymore. Now we're going to have a 30%. So that means what's solar going to do? It's going to go up. Well, guess what Edison's going to do? Because you're thinking, how are we going to sell solar at 30-something cents when people on care pay this and people in domestic pay just under that? Watch. Edison's going to be 60 cents a kilowatt, and 30 cents is going to be what people were begging for. See, and that's just how capitalism works. That's how a market works, how competition works. So,
You think,
like, as long as
you think they would drop the pay for the solar reps itself once that happens?
dude, that's something that's
California's known for.
that's something that I hope never happens. But yeah, that's if what we're doing right now becomes monopolized as well. So if Sunrun is able to take over everything, okay, so now who do I have to go to make more money selling solar? I don't.
Yeah.
So now whatever Sunrun says I'm going to get paid, that's what I have to get paid. And that's what obviously anybody's trying to do, is monopolize something.
I feel like it's gonna end up happening. They know people are ripping money like that with solar.
Yeah, and like,
They don't want people to win it all, bro.
no, they don't. No, they don't, right? Everybody wants a piece of something,
Yeah.
right? The IRS wants some of that. Everybody wants a little some of that. So we got, dude, I'm telling you, this summer, this year, we need to go balls to the wall. There can't be no, it's too late to knock. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that. I'm sick. I need to do this. Oh, my cousin, my auntie, somebody, I got to be here. Or my buddy needs this, or I just need a mental health day. Like, okay, yeah. Go take your mental health day while you take your lack of wealth day. Like, you're literally going broke while the clock is ticking for homeowners as well. And they got to know. Tell the homeowners the clock is ticking to get 21 to 25 cents. If you don't do it, or it should even be up to 28, but the clock's ticking. If you don't get this done by the end of the year, solar's going to go up. And Edison already says they're going up. But guess what? When solar goes up, guess what that lets Edison do? Go up more. Because now it's like they don't have competition. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't need to compete anymore. That's the problem there.
And look at the past. Like, you just research the utility companies, and it's just higher, more, even higher, bigger jump.
I always relate it to the gas crisis. I go, do you remember when gas was 75 cents? If I would have told you gas was going to be almost $8 by 2025, would you believe me? They'd be like, probably not. Yeah, you wouldn't. Well, what if I tell you right now that in the next 10, 20 years, electricity is going to do the same thing? Do you believe me now? And then you just start showing them all the facts. You know, it's the energy crisis that's happening. There was a gas crisis back then. Now we have an energy crisis. And I'm going to be completely transparent. It's manufactured crisis. We could have nuclear power plants and have affordable energy, you know. We could make it, you know, competitive, and we could, but dude, we live in California, bro. So we're kind of screwed.
10 years ago, the gold standard was 3 times as low. That means 10 years, 3 times as much inflation. You hear numbers like
right.
30 grand. That's 10 grand and what you could actually use it for 10
Right.
years ago when I started working.
It's like looking at the same house that when the market crashed would have gone for like 80, 90,000 that right now is going for 500. You know, it's like, that's something that it just shows you like the paper, the money paper is worth nothing right now. It's bad. Like there's some economies, you know, where it's like, bro, like they pay like a candy bar is like 5,000 of whatever the paper money is. You don't want that. I wish things were 25 cents. We're paying a nickel and dimes around here, but we're not, bro. What's the point of having change anymore?
Yeah. And if you think
Feel
about
me?
it, like once things get so high, how do those really compute at such a low level of currency? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't it necessarily kind of come back down on itself and things just don't work?
I wonder if it's wise to get gold for that reason, but that's what crypto's going to do, right? Is like, I don't know. That's where you get into, it's really end times, bro. Because if everything's on one currency, and then the thing going on with Israel.
Everything's controlled.
Dude, that's what I think too. I think less about like solar coming to an end. I think more like, is the United States coming to an end, bro? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Some basic research on history.
I'm gonna be like, dude, don't even worry about this causing debt to your home. The freaking government's gonna own it once we go communism in like the next 5 years, bro. Don't even trip. You're not gonna own your house in 5 years. We're gonna be communist, dude. Like it's getting crazy, dude.
Just that gap between middle class, low class is just now closer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then everything else from the higher class of the people that control everything. Once that's so big, then there's no power exchange. Now you're just locked in. You're stuck. That's a big worry for a free, just society.
Yeah.
It's real.
Our empire is at that 250-year mark too. I remember somebody sharing that to me, and I was like, "Are we gonna die?" You know.
That's why it's so important to bring value to the world the best way you can for your family, your society, your community, and then in your state if you can. And you know, people who think like, oh, like money's bad, this, that. It's actually just a tool. You know, it's what we do with it, how we
Right. 'Cause
how
it
we
can make
expend
you-
it, and what we build from it. Most people, they just want to have it, and
Right. Evil out of it. It's evil in it for sure.
That's crazy. I'm reading what you're talking about, Luke.
Do you think like Gideon or one of them can go get him? It's 1028.
Oh, who needs it? Well, who's getting Cage?
No, nobody.
Cage actually has he has a car.
Huh?
He took Vance's car.
Vance's car, yeah.
Okay, let's call Cage. Let's have Cage do it.
I gotta pee.
Oh man.
I'm calling Cage Davidson right now. Who do you need him to pick up?
Just make sure. 'Cause, I'm Jaden, but I'm just gonna make sure he's good.
Who else needs one? Sam?
Please leave your message.
I think Cage's phone is off.
Yeah, he usually doesn't wake up until like right when it's time to go. So
Makes no sense.
for him it does.
He doesn't like to be ready.
He takes like 3 minutes to get ready.
I want to segue on that real quick. So not to like call out Cage specifically, but I'm talking about as a leader, like when you have reps that are just kind of like, you know, kind of losing the mojo, kind of losing the purpose of this. I'm telling you right now, especially for you guys, if you want to keep bringing out recruits like you're doing. Hold on. Hey, Cage.
Yes.
Could you pick up Sam for correlation?
Yeah.
He's on the way, I believe. He's in Palmdale.
Okay, I'll shoot him a text.
Who else?
Just trying to see if he answers.
What about Endion? And maybe Endion as well. I think Endion also lives very close to us.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Just hit up Sam and Endion, and it should be like Sam, then Endion, and you can hit them both on the way over here. That would be awesome, bro.
Okay, I'll get him.
Thanks, Cage. See you here.
Yep. Bye-bye.
There you go. Cage has got 2 of them.
Bet.
Can you close that door?
It's so tight.
problem
Yeah,
solved.
No. Okay, so when you're doing recruits, this goes to you too. This goes for all of you. I'll tell you why when you brought out your one recruit, my boy Luke, why he kind of tanked is because when you bring out recruits, you cannot expect them to just know how to feel about this job and know how to get excited or know how to push through. They need you as the leader to be like, Kate, you need to be psychotic in how you view doing sales so that they can feed off of your energy and your example. And when you get excited and pumped about a set for them, with them, they're going to be excited. But it's like you have to be now fanning that flame.
You gotta
But
teach them.
Yeah, if you just bring
How to love
somebody
the job.
out and it's just like sink or swim, like, all right, bro, you're here, you can make a bunch of money, good luck. Like, go do it.
It doesn't
You know,
work.
it doesn't work. No, they can't. Like, as a leader, when you bring someone out, I'm telling you, and all of y'all know, like, there's like conversations that I'm only going to have with you one-on-one because I care about. We've had a lot of one-on-ones. We've had one-on-ones. We've had one-on-ones. And that's because I care about, as your leader, I care about your success personally. But if you don't feel that I am personally invested in your success, you will not care
Be
about
loyal.
putting a set on the board for me. I
For
promise
real.
you.
For real.
Like, if you can't feel, wow, my guy who brought me out here it's really micromanaging. He's micromanaging what I'm doing while I'm at work, how I'm approaching my doors, what I'm doing off work. And it's just the culture today, you know, like, oh, micromanaging. It has like this, like, what do you call it? It has like a taboo on it. It just needs to be done correctly. It needs to be balanced. Like, when someone has their week off, their days off, let them do whatever they need to do. When it's time for work to be over, they do whatever. But it's like when it's time to work, the micromanage isn't necessarily like controlling what they do. It's more like controlling. It's less like controlling what they do. It's more you need to micromanage your what's the best way to put it? You need to feel my pressure at all time.
You're molding their habits. You're
Yeah, there you
making them
go.
Build a habit.
Yeah, and like throughout the workday, if you guys don't feel the pressure that I'm out there around you, like I could
Yes.
pull up on you on any second and catch you on the curb, you're gonna sit on the curb, you know? Or if like you don't feel that pressure, that in correlation, I'm gonna embarrass you for bageling for 2 days in a row,
Facts.
you're gonna bagel 2 days in a row. Or if you don't feel the pressure that I'm gonna like rip you a new one if I find out you just got lazy and dipped out of work at 5 o'clock when it was prime time, then you're gonna dip out of work at 5 o'clock because you have no fear of how your manager feels about it, right?
Right.
And then it's on the flip side too. If you don't know that my manager might give me a bonus of $100 tomorrow if I get a close, or my manager might, you know, like be able to get 4 deals for me if I work hard, then nobody's ever going to work hard. They need to feel the pressure. You need to give them a vision of what their purpose is while they're here. And it's also give them a vision of like the progression, how they can progress themselves. You know, once you can give that as a leader to a rep, your rep is going to be on time to correlation. Your rep is going to be at work every day. Your rep's going to care about not working hard and not missing work as much as you care about it because they felt it come
Facts.
from you. You cannot bring somebody out and just let them just, all right, bro, you're here.
You
Not
find
just-
you find yourself like what I love about it is just I'm able to like be mean to them. Not even mean, but it's showing that I care enough to like I'm giving you a reality check every time you need it.
And they're only going to take it from you because as much as you might correct somebody, at the end of the day, you're also the only person who truly cares of whether or not they get a deal. Most
Yes.
setters that are coming out of here, they only want to get a deal for themselves. For me, it's not like that. If I bring you guys out here, I am like sweating that you guys are going to be getting deals in your pocket while you're here. That's why there's a quota. It's less about you getting deals from me. It's more like I'm not going to have you in the rat race out here, you know, struggling paycheck to paycheck.
Well,
Right.
now that you mentioned him, my recruit, like I would try to like talk to him and like just see where his head's at and tell him like the opportunity to try to pitch him a vision. You look at me like I'm an idiot.
Because you kind of got to be mean. I hate to say it, but all my recruits, I don't just say like, "Where's your head at with this?" Like, how you feeling about this? Yeah, I do that when I let them know like, this is it. You're talking to a 26-year-old guy.
Is
You're
this camera
19.
on? Is this camera on right here? Why is that one red?
I don't know. All of them are on. All of them have. full
No, I'm
battery.
talking about which camera's live while he's talking. There we go. When he's
Yeah.
talking, you got to switch the camera. All right. I can recognize it. The red light means that this camera's live. So while he's talking, I want to make sure it's on him.
And like,
But I had to learn that personally because I was doing that. That's why I was losing guys, right? People are not taking it serious. But when you're mean to them, when you show them like, no, this is it. This is it. And you're young. So like, how old was the other guy?
He's your age.
He was like 20,
Right,
21. yeah.
right. So you got to preach to him. Look at how old some of these guys are in here. Do you think they want to waste their time? They're pushing 30. So this is it. I'm pretty sure these guys in here worked a whole ton of other jobs. They've seen what it's like, went to college, all these other things. You think they want to waste their time? So that's how I preach to my guys now. I didn't do that at first. I tried to do the soft approach, like, hey, so what's going on? Talk to me, bro. How you feeling about everything? Like, no, what's going on, bro? Like, as soon as I hear an excuse or a complaint, I'm like, well, no, we're going to cut that right now. So, no. You need to start looking at it like this. You start looking at it like that. You need to start looking at it like this. And then when they start slacking off or something, I'm like, bro, that's unacceptable, bro. We're not doing that. Let's not ever let that happen again, bro, because I will fire you. And then they like, instead of now they're, and then when I finally say, because I picked their brain. I picked their brain when I finally say, my bad, I sounds like I'm coming down hard on you, is because I really care, because it is hard to make money out here. But this is why if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
And then they say, all my recruits end up saying, nah, bro, like, I really appreciate you actually, like, saying hard. Stay like that. Like, they tell me, stay like that. And the whole time, you didn't even know that you could be mean to them because you thought you had to be soft with them. But they like it. They like it. Zay's like, I'm sorry I got to be so hard on you, Zay, bro, but you got to get it, bro. He's like, nah, bro, it's a reality check. I need that, bro. I need that. Indion, Sam, they love it. They love when I'm like, bro, no, there's no slacking, bro. I'm out here with you, bro. There's no slacking at all, bro. If you slack, hey, go broke. If you're going to be slacking, let me know tonight. That way, I don't want you to come to Correlation tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'll go help you get another job. I'll help you get another job. And that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. And I'm like, and the fact that I'm older than all of them, it makes sense to them as well. Because I'm like, bro, how old are you, Sam? 23? How do you end down? 24? Even when Dylan was chilling with us at night, bro. All of them. Younger than me, right? But that's why I preach to them. I'm like, how old am I? They all say 26. I say, y'all think I'm here to waste my time? I'm pushing 30. Would I be doing this if it wasn't paying?
You're not pushing 30. You good.
You
You
know
got
what
the
I mean?
latter half of the 20s left.
You know what I mean, though.
All right.
But you got to say that. And then it shows them like, okay, like, yeah, bro. And I'm like, so imagine where you could be at when you're my age, right? Compared to what I'm doing now. And you look at it like that and they're like, bro, that makes so much sense. I'm like, so yeah, I won't be easy on you guys. I won't ever. And if you want me to, go choose another leader. That's what I tell my guys. I say, go choose another leader if you want me to be easy on you. And they're like, nah, bro, we don't want. You hear Sam in the back like, bro, we don't want no other leader, bro. I want you as my leader. And you hear Indion's like, nah, bro, I can tell you actually care about me, bro. Like, Indion knows I care about him, not just for the money, nothing. That's why they tell me, yeah. And it feels good. I tell Thomas all the time, it feels amazing when they tell me, bro, like, I can't wait to start closing deals, bro. Like, it feels good because, like, dang, bro, like, I know they're locked in, but I know that I don't have to kiss up to them, right? That's the best feeling. That's when you know, like, okay, these dudes actually respect me, bro. Like, and they know I'm going to go out there and work harder than them. And I tell them, I want you guys to be better than me. Every time Zay's like, I'm coming for your head. Jaden, too, he's like, I'm going to let you know right now, D, I'm about to be better than you, bro. I'm like, hey, good luck. Good luck. The only way you're going to be better than me is you work harder than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want y'all to work harder than me, but that ain't never going to happen. And I tell them that for a reason, because that makes them go out there and go hard. Now, Sam, I found out a couple of things about Sam. Yeah, Zay tells me everything. Yeah, Sam's been taking breaks throughout the day and shit like that. Now I came down on Sam last night.
Dude, his Life 360 hasn't been turned on for a minute. You need to get him turned it on.
So what's going on with that is whenever he's out of the app, for some reason it doesn't show.
It's because he's turning off his background, refreshing.
Yes, and I got him. We just talked about that last night, so we fixed that because I'm like, I got him on him, and I'm like, yeah, there's no excuse though. Either way, Sam said Zay told me what you told him, bro. Like, you take breaks a lot throughout the day, and it's wondering why you're not getting sets or you're bagling for now 3 weeks almost on deals when you were just popping off, right? Like, aren't you my number one? Aren't you the first guy that I recruited? Now I'm holding him accountable to keep everybody else accountable. Now I'm like, didn't you say you wanted to be a closer? Sam wants to be a closer. He stresses it all the time. And I'm like, you'll never be a closer not being a leader. And you're the first recruit, my first recruit, bro. You're supposed to be showing these dudes how to do it, bro. You letting Indiana outdo you right now, bro. You feel me? Now it makes him like go harder. So never go easy on these guys. I had to learn that, and it's beneficial, bro. And the only way you can stay hard on them and give them that reality check like that is if you're going hard every day. That's the only way. And yeah, I broke down yesterday, bro. Like, if it wasn't for Thomas, I would have went home, bro. If it wasn't for Thomas, me calling Thomas, and I knew I had to call Thomas, bro, because I'm like,
because no one's gonna keep you accountable like that.
they're not,
you know?
bro. They're not, bro.
Because they don't care. They don't care about your success. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, again, that's something a leader has to do. And the reason I say bringing out recruits is gonna make you the best is everything you just said. It's gonna make you better because when you bring out other dudes, it forces you to perform better, so that they believe you. And that's another big thing that came up yesterday. Is like when we were all kind of putting Clayson on on blast or whatever. Clayson has a great pitch, and Clayson knows how to pitch. We're practicing one specific scenario. I think he kind of took it the wrong way. Because, like, we're just practicing one specific approach. But he didn't like how, like, you know, some of the setters were like, show us why you're a closer. I was like, bro, you can't take that personally. You can't take that personally. What the heck?
And if you are going to take it personally, you got to show it through example of performance.
Well, I know why he took it personally. It's because of what you just said. You know, it feels, and then he's saying, oh, you know, you have more recruits and this, and like the performance is like, dude, you could do well with 3 or 4 guys. It's not about how many guys you have. It's just how much you're pouring into your guys. It's like, how many recruits have they had come and go? Even me, I've had recruits come and go, but the recruits that stick is because, like, I'm calling once a night, checking up. How's your pitch doing? Come over early. We're going to practice pitches in the morning or practice pitches late at night. Like, and they got to feel that pressure from me. And it's like, bro, if you just bring on people and they say, look at this great, look at all this money you can make. Now go, good luck. You know, it's like they're not gonna care about staying or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, same thing goes for you guys. You can be the most solid pitcher. You could have a great, because that's what I'm saying. Clayson knows how to pitch. He knows how to close. Nobody's questioning that. You know, nobody's questioning that. He's amazing at what he does. But when it comes to like getting recruits to fill your pipeline, you got to kind of be a jerk to them. Like, you got to be a jerk. If you're not a confrontational person as a leader, like, good luck. Like, you're going to have someone else be the confrontational guy for you. Because somebody's got to be the guy who's willing to have hard conversations
with their guys.
Yeah, and be a little bit of a jerk to your guys and tell them, look, bro, you need to be this and this and this and this, and like we need to have this, and you got to give them those reality checks. And I'm telling you, like you're saying, in your head you might be scared they're gonna like reject you.
Right.
Almost always people are gonna thank you for it. Like, thank you. That's what I needed, and that just shows that you care enough.
I used to be scared a lot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You seen how many people came on with me, bro.
I remember, and that's the first thing I had to tell him. I was like, bro, well, all these people coming on, bro, and you're just letting them shadow and just letting them stay. And it's like, dude, you got to be able to tell them kick rocks.
Facts.
And he told Endion kick rocks, and then he ended up coming back later. So that's what I told him. If you have a standard where you're willing to let people go when they're not up to the standard, that just gives you more value as a leader.
Yes.
But if you let anybody stay, no matter how much they suck, now your leadership has no value. Now anybody can come in.
Yeah, that's what I did with Jeff, bro. He used to tell me all these things why it's not security, this, that. I would rebuttal with like, well, I see like where you're coming from because, you know, your situation, but at the end of the day, it's like you got to make that sacrifice. And I was like, if you really just don't see the value in it, bro, just go home. Mm-hmm. Just go home, bro. I don't want to convince you to stay if you really don't want to be here.
Some people just you can't get. Like I've had those.
I couldn't, bro. I've had a lot of late night talks with him, man.
It's okay though. That's one dude.
Yeah,
it's time to get more guys.
And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when you. It's gonna make you feel like.
Hey, line up with your mic.
It's gonna hurt when that one guy flakes like that after you like.
That was my one and only guy.
But you gotta ask yourself. But then that moment probably made you feel like, dang, am I even good at recruiting? You could never question yourself like that after one guy. I was hurt, bro, after some of these dudes that I had come on. Like, kind of like.
I'm hurt.
But I had to think
hurt
about
that
it.
David's with Sunder right now. I'm hurt, bruh.
Bruh, for real, bro.
All the investment we have, all the money we've been putting in his pocket, I just paid for this dude to go on a lake. Are you joking right now? You just had the best summer vacation with Americans in your life. You're going out there working for other dudes, bro. That is a slap in the face. And I can't control that.
Bro. Those dudes are lame. I know the regional, bro. I can show you their Instagrams right now.
See, that's sad if you know the regional like that.
Bro, the dude is, bro, when David's bragging on him, telling him I got recruits and I'm a recruiter, he's like all in my DMs. If I show you, I had to ignore his text because he's like sending me screenshots of like payouts that his guys are getting. I'm like, bro, I don't care about none of that, bro. You know, but I know the value that I bring to that. But I get it, like, but those dudes are lame, bro. I couldn't even do it. But the point I'm making with you is, bro, don't ever feel like you, like, I used to beat myself up sometime, like, when my guys weren't staying. Now, I'm actually bougie with it, bro. I'm actually a different type of recruiter now. I'm the kind of guy, look, bro, hey, if you're not going to go knock 60 doors a day, do not be on my team.
Yeah.
Go be on somebody else's team. Because I don't want you here. I don't want you here. I had to tell Sam one time, I do not need you. I don't need you, bro. I don't want you here if you're going to be a slacker. I only want the best on my team. Because then what's going to happen? It's all going to fall off on me. You feel me? Now I tell guys, like I'm a different guy now. Like, I don't even beg people anymore. Like, if I'm out recruiting somebody, if I'm at In-N-Out, wherever I'm at, And then somebody like doesn't take it serious. I'm like, bro, you got a chance to change your life right now. I'm 26, bro. You're 22. Hey, that's all I'm gonna give you a hint right there, bro. Like, if they like laugh in my face or just take it serious, like, yeah, I think about it. Like, hey, you have a great day. Cause I had to become bougie with it now. You have to realize that, like, this is an opportunity.
What is
This-
bougie? I thought bougie means like rich.
Well, bougie as in like, hey,
Good at it.
hey, if you don't want to take your life serious, I won't take it serious for you. Goodbye.
Is that cutthroat? That's bougie.
You're just pulling
I'm
back.
trying to find a way for it. I'm trying to find the word for it. But bougie, like, yeah, I am a bougie recruiter now. Like, I only want the best.
Well, that's good though, and that's what I literally back to what I was talking about Clayson. He's like, "Yeah, my guys felt like your setters were disrespecting me." I'm like, "Good, and that made you go out and knock some doors now. Finally, good." I was like, "You need to tell all your dudes, hey, I'm sick of Damien and Tommy's sisters acting like they're better than us. We need to have this. We need to take it personally and go out on the doors to prove them wrong."
Oh, I know he took that personal.
You know what I'm saying?
The
And-
other night when Crosby was over there, you weren't even there. Crosby showed up to go drop the dog off at Clayson's house. We're all talking and shit. And then Clayson's like, oh my God. I know Clayson wants to see me win. I'm not going to say he doesn't, but fuck, bro. Like, he's like, your guy Sam, he's not it. Like, after I'm like, bro, if I put Sam, like, we had a little debate, like a friendly debate. I'm like,
Riot.
if I put Sam and Indiana against freaking Luke Dosty, I even called Gideon out, bro. Like, you feel me? I'm like, because Gideon was trying to say, bro, if you're going to be a closer, your guys have to produce. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
I love how he imitates Gideon.
yeah. And so, and they're all just like dogging me, bro. All both of them together. And now, you know me, I kind of get like, I'm friendly, but I get competitive with you.
got
I'm
to.
like,
You got to.
and I had to call him out. I'm like, well, hey, get in. If we're just being real, hey, I know your guy produces, but hey, if I put Indiana and Sam against him in a riot for 2 weeks, bro, I guarantee they win, bro. And then he's like, I mean, like, I was like, I'm not trying to say nothing. I know you're a great closer. I know, but hey, bro, you only got one, bro. Let's like relax, all right? And then I got Clayson on the other end, like, bro, Sam's not your guy, bro. But I'm like, Clayson, it doesn't matter.
Why is he saying he's not your guy?
Because he feels like, he feels like they don't have the potential to be the best. And I'm like,
That's crazy talk.
But and I'm over here like these dudes aren't even 3 months in, bro. I'm like, bro, your guy doesn't even work. I had to make a jump like that. I was like, who else do you have, bro? Like, I was like, who else do you have? Freaking Jackson, bro. Jackson sitting right there playing the game. Like, you got Jackson, bro. Come on, bro. We know Sam's a Slay Jackson right now, bro. Like, I had to call Jackson out in front of freaking his face. Like, I'm like, here, this is what I'll let y'all do. I was like, give my guys a little bit of time. You feel me? Let them grow. Let them learn. You got Cage, bro. He's not getting deals. He's been doing it for 4 years. What you got to say about that? He's like, well, bro, like, one thing about Cage, if he gets out there, he's gonna go get a deal.
Pretty good.
I was like,
that's pretty good.
like for real, I'm on his ass because I'm
See,
like,
that's what I told Clayson yesterday. He was like, "What the management I came from was like, you've been doing this for long enough, so you just need to go out and do it." And I was like, "Clayson, that's not enough." I was like, "Why aren't you with that management anymore?" Right? And I was like, "Because you can't just tell someone go do it and then not care. Even though Cage knows how to produce, somebody's got to be on him and making sure throughout the day, like every other hour, following up, like, where's your set? Waiting, where's your set? You ain't got one? Okay, you're knocking till 10. You're not getting picked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you got to hold them to that. But then this whole competitiveness, I'm telling you, bro, in the regional manager chat I'm in for the Jungle U, bro, managers go at it with each other, accuse each other of cheating, you know, like cussing at each other, making fun of each other, posting. It's all in good fun, but it's all to create competitiveness, because if everyone's competing and taking their team's like success personally within,
yes.
like I said, if you're around a recruit, you better tell your recruits, hey, we're on this big team, but we're going to be the number ones here,
Bro,
and we're
I
going to take
literally
it
tell my
personally.
team that.
That's what makes Jungle U good, is that there's all these teams, and we all love each other because we're all in it. We're brothers in arms. But at the same time, it's like, bro, we hate those dudes because they think they're better than us. So we got to go compete with them. That's what I want for the Iron Mill, is that every closer has a big squad of guys where you have to be.
Put pressure on the others.
Yeah, and Crosby's a perfect example of the kind of guy I'd want here. Is like, he's always around his guys, always meeting with them at night, and he's always like, you know, putting in that same type of personal energy that we need. And it's like, that's where it's like, it doesn't come down to numbers. Like, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, you know?
Right.
So you got to bring that fight out of your guys. And I'm telling you, bro, like, and like, if you feel like, oh, dude, that guy, he tried me, bro. Like, he's really calling me out like that. Like, good. So what are you
Facts.
gonna do?
And-
Go
and-
back it up. Don't start
Back
some
it up.
Twitter
And they know,
war.
bro. And
Don't
get
start
in
some
and Clayson.
Twitter war. Go
I'm
get
gl-
a close.
I'm glad they're close with me as friends now because now we can talk to each other like that. Now we're in competition. I'm like, now I'm battling with both of them. You know how they are. They don't like to be wrong, bro. Like, it's so funny though at the same time. But I'm preaching to them like, look, bro, my guys may not be the best yet, but hey, it's the loyalty that I was looking for.
And without
You know what I mean?
Without that pressure, everyone's the same.
Right.
But let's see what the character is. Let's see if you're a diamond or if you're gonna turn to dust.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's all it's about,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
what this world is about: is challenging
It's the
ourselves,
loyalty.
improving.
And I had to let them know it's a loyalty that I'm looking for because at the end of the day, bro, give me 6 months, 7 months when these dudes are pros, bro, they're still going to be loyal. And I invested that loyalty into like Indian and stuff, like how he kind of did with the homeowner. It's kind of the same way with recruits. You got to have that strategy. Like,
Yeah.
he got his son, 2-year-old son, his mom's bailing on him, right? Like, I'm like, even if he didn't get paid that $22.50 or whatever, before that ever happened, I told him I was gonna have his back if I ever had it. I don't have the money to have these dudes' backs right now, you know. But when I do get the money, they know that if you ever needed anything, I will be there for you, and they know that, bro. He's like, and Indion's like, bro, and I know that for a fact. That's why I could never give up on you, bro. Like, if you ever needed anything, I'll return a favor for you too, you know. He goes, Jaden, and I'm like, and you know what that's gonna make Indion do? Stay with me for the next few years.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't want it. When we were talking about David, to be honest, I don't want you guys to think my attitude is like my ego's hurt. It's not like that. It's like,
Betrayal, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels sad. It feels like I'm not a parent yet, like actively dealing with a son. But it literally feels like when you bring somebody out into the solar and you teach them the ropes and you invest money, you get them in housing, you know, that you're ultimately paying for and you're getting stuff done. You know, when they just turn around, take everything you've invested and just give it to someone else, it's like it's a heartache. It hurts your heart because it's like, I only want the best for this person. I only want the best for this person. That's love. But then when they turn around and say, I only want what's best for me, there's nothing I can do to control that. And it's going to be hard to let go. It's going to be very hard to let go. Because I want to convince them, hey, bro, look, you know, don't go to the dark side, bro. Like, stay here. And, you know, like, bro, you got potential here. It's like no matter how much you can give to somebody, people are just going to do what they want to do. And you can tell that's what's making you a leader versus that, is that you're no longer saying, what can I get out of this? What can I get out of this? Am I going to jump? No, it's like, what are my guys going to get out of this? If you're thinking about what your guys going to get out of it, you're going to bring them into this group because, you know, this group is a part of a company that's slaying numbers. And, you know, there's an opportunity where they can just come on and make a dumb bread and they're not limited. And so, and you already have a culture you've invested in here. So it's like,
Facts.
it's really weird how you and David have so much, you guys are like so much of the same, yet like the two ends of the coin is the love of money and all these things. It's like you either choose, because money is great, but you can't love it. You can't love what's money. You got to love the work itself. So you either choose as, it's called paying it forward, right? When you see my investment in you, you either see my example as your leader and say, I want to do what was done for me and now do it for other guys here. And I want to give these guys the same love. Or you say, I want to see what this guy's giving me and see how I can get more out of him before I up and dip. You know, and it's
Right.
And that's how you build the upper echelons of any endeavor, any
Yeah.
business, any team sport.
yeah,
Is with that community, but all staying with that loyal example that is
Yeah.
proven. You
Yeah.
know, Thomas over here showing me everything from setting, closing, leading a team, but with raw example, raw facts, raw proof.
Facts.
And that for me is like the biggest motivator, regardless of my feelings. Everyone's going to have bad feelings.
yeah,
Like everyone's going to feel like a little kid inside, and then you're going to feel great when you do well. But at the end of the day, like that pressure, that building, that's what keeps us together, keeps us strong, and improves us.
It's
I
that
agree.
pressure, bro. And if there's any motivation for you, bro, don't ever stop recruiting, bro. I feel like you lost that fire, maybe. Don't lose it.
yeah. And
'Cause
keep
that-
your
'cause-
work hard because you can bring out a guy and all you got to do is keep working hard.
Yes.
That's all you got to do is keep doing exactly what you're doing right now. Give him an example and then just turn the mirror on him and just say, how are you going to, and I want, just tell him, I want you to replicate what I'm having right now in success and do it out of compassion and love. Don't do it out of like, look how little you are compared to me.
Yes.
Again, we know a guy who has success and says, hey, look, my pipeline and my bank account's better than it's like you can't have that attitude. You gotta be like, look at my success. Let me give what I have had in my success and just help you. So
Because
you can be
I'm
like
I'm
that.
at a stage, crossroads this job. I don't want to do it for myself anymore.
Yeah.
Like I want to teach somebody and like
try to help them get.
Which you're
Try to
doing
help
with my
them.
sisters at the end of the day. At the end of the
Dude,
day,
yeah,
you're doing it with my sisters.
your sisters are like, our car group, we're never bangling again. That's
Yeah.
what I said yesterday. I was like, we're not bangling. Remember that?
Yeah.
So it's like,
And that's what's needed because, like I said, like, I mean, I need you as my backup when it comes to like, if our team and like in this dude, right? If when he becomes closer, I'm out, which I'm not, but I'm out 3 or 4 setters, right? What is that going to put pressure on me to do? Go get more. I just got to go get more fresh guys. And then
Yeah.
and then I've got you. The same way I've got Damien, where when I bring on fresh guys, he's the setter captain that's training them. I have you as a setter captain training my siblings, right?
Yes.
So then the way the team grows is now, okay, this is your team, this is your team. I'll go get more, and I'll just keep doing what I always do. But now you have an opportunity to like replicate. You know, that's really what this is. So
But like,
I think lesson of this podcast is, bro, there's so much success, there's so much risk, but as long as you're not just in it for yourself,
Yes.
you got to have love in what you do and compassion and want to share the wealth, pay it forward, see others thrive with you. Like, you're not going to be tempted by other companies. You're not going to be tempted by other pay opportunities. You're not going to be tempted by somebody doing you dirty or like having arguments and stuff. Like me, Clayson, Gideon, all of us, we could all have arguments, but it's like, it's technically all in good fun because we all just want to get paid together.
y'all don't hate each other.
Yeah,
At the end of
nobody
the day,
hates. I
no.
don't hate it.
like we've
Yeah.
all argued, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
bro, and I realized about this recruiting thing, like it is kind of deep, so I kind of gotta go back into it. But like it's past that persevering moment that you feel like, damn, maybe I'm not a good recruiter, and then you just keep pushing past it once people give up on you and stuff, and then once you realize, damn, because I was scared, bro. This is somebody I have no clue about training the team or leading the team, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna naturally try to do it, and if it doesn't work out, it means it just wasn't for me, right? But I've been naturally doing it, and these dudes are freaking loyal to me, bro. So I'm like, okay, even when it got hard, right? I only had one guy, and the other people leaving. It's kept getting hard, but I see all they do is just keep coming back, right? But then it's that moment that it just gets super, super hard. You're like, fuck, bro, what is going on here? Like, but then now I'm at a place, I'm at peace in my heart about the whole thing, bro. I don't think y'all understand. Like, I'm actually there with it now. I'm actually like, I don't stress about it no more. Because it's all right, I have the team, but I don't stress about if guys leave or anything like that. Because, bro, it's been falling in my hands, bro. Like, in turf the other day, I got another guy coming. He's going to be, I guarantee he's super, super solid.
All right.
And he just fell, it was like divine. Like, I ran into him, and fell in my hands. The only reason why he's not here the past 2 days, because when we were on the dirt bikes, he tried to show off in front of me, and he kind of hurt his shoulder.
Oh, Chicken Joe.
He texted me, said, well, it's another guy besides Chicken. Chicken Joe was the guy that said, I want to be able to create content still and do all this stuff. I want to be able to ride my bike still. I may not want to work all the time. So that's not him, but Chicken Joe's brother-in-law is like super like, and how I knew he was super is when I, because when I pitch recruitment now, I don't pitch like all the good anymore. I just don't. I just say, look, I'm just pitching to you like this, bro. This is the hardest thing you're ever going to work. Like how Thomas did me, right? He gave me all the bad. The hardest job ever, but it's the most rewarding job. And I asked him like 3 questions, like, all right, like, if you were to fall on your face like 10 times in a week, bro, like, are you the type to get up or complain? And don't lie to me. Don't lie. Tell me, like, are you the type to give up? Like, what's going to happen if you just get 10 doors slammed in your face? Are you the type to just cry about it? What are you going to do? Like, this dude was telling me, because I picked their brain like that, and then that's how I make sure they're solid, right? But, bro, the kid, like, it kept falling in my hands. That's why I'm gonna keep motivating you, Luke Johnson, because I see the leadership in you. You're a leader. You just don't. You're probably scared to jump into that. I was scared too, and I didn't even know I was a leader. Thomas is my motivator, biggest motivator right now, because I have to have that motivation because I'm new with it.
Well, yesterday I tested him on a leader because he was having a rough day, rough everything, and he's like, man, my head's not in a good space, which I'd never recommend knocking if your head's not in a good space. Like, I just never quit, right? Never quit, but get your head in the right space. So then he's struggling, right? And the only true test I can have of him as a leader is I said, bro, let me tell you why you can't quit right now. It's not because, well, obviously you already know you're missing out on your own money, but I'll tell you really why. All the solid guys that you've brought out that are dedicated to you as a leader, they only follow you because you never quit when it's tough. The moment they see you quit, they're not going to follow you. The moment they see you crumble under pressure, you're not a leader worth following. So anytime as a leader you have, like, even me, like, we had a rough week, and I'm like, who's going to show up to correlation if I show up and I look defeated by it? What do I have to do? I have to rally the troops and say that this is not something unconquerable. This is not a road we've never trodden down before. You guys can rally behind me. We're going to get through this. That's what people need as a leader. So if you're having a rough patch, that's like your biggest opportunity to have those that you're leading trust you, to show them no matter thick or thin, better or worse, no matter how bad it is, because I have chosen this role as the leader, I will not give up for your sake. He didn't give up last night because Jaden was on the doors. So he can't give up because he has other guys that are looking up at him.
Yeah.
He's got Sam and Zay and Endion. So how could he as the leader ever give up because he has other guys that need him to be there no matter what? That's what a leader's test is. Because I'm telling you, a leadership is an unforgiving role. Like I said, you're pouring into somebody and they could take that and just want more and dip. They're not going to return it. But you got to be there no matter what. That's why as a leader you do get, there are perks to it, but the responsibility is no matter how tough it is, you have to take responsibility for the loss. And when you guys win, you have to give the credit to somebody else. That's what a real leader does. You give the credit to them when everything goes good, and when everything goes wrong, you take all responsibility. And that's how people can rely on you no matter what.
You just got to jump into the field to learn. You'll
Oh, yeah.
never learn it if you don't. Oh shit, it's tough. You'll never learn how to do this shit if you don't jump into it, bro. And what I've learned the most out of this whole recruiting thing, stay hard on your guys. Don't be their yes man.
Let's go.
No, they need to know. Like when I get in the car with Damien, bro, he's gonna give me some nuggets that's might hurt my feelings, but hey, I need it, and they're gonna thank you. It's that moment that you feel like, gosh, I'm so glad I did that, because they're gonna come to you. They're gonna come to you and be like, Damien, I just want to tell you, bro, I really appreciate. Indiana comes to me, bro. It's like I just want to acknowledge the fact that, bro, I know you've been hard on me. I know you've been, and it's actually working for me, bro. Thank you, Damien. Thank you. Like, and I'm like, bro, if anybody deserved that freaking 4,500 that you're gonna be getting, is you, bro, because you actually stuck around, and you got a son. A lot of people got kids, and they're making excuses to time. I can't come to Correlation today. I can't go knock this day. This dude's actually knocking, like coming to Correlation on the tired days when he's tired in the morning. I look at that. I see that, and those are the guys that, like he told me, like invest in. Those are the guys you push for, right? Like Andrew Fuller told me, like those are the guys that you push for, bro. Those are the guys you tell, like, bro, if you ever need anything, I got your back, bro. If you were to go broke today, Indiana, bro, just know I got your back, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's correlation time.
All right, but yeah,
Stay hard, boys. This was
hard.
good.
I like this. We got
Thank
to
you.
do another one, bro.
We'll run another one. And we got
Let's run
plenty of
another one
clips.
tonight.
There's a lot of drama in the
Let's
beginning.
go.
Let's do it.
Love y'all.